It is another beautiful fall day. Leaves are starting to change slowly but surely. If you've watched the last video where they created a huge barn disaster for us, we made a ton of fence revisions and improvements. I know it looks completely shoddy, but this is not a permanent setup, so that's kind of why we're just trying to really patch together. But anyway, they have gotten out, I think, one time since then, and I found another spot that I made a little bit of an adjustment to. So far so good with that. If you're new to the channel, this is your first time stopping by, welcome. We have tons of stuff that we do all the time. I'm Cody. Welcome to the homestead. It's pumpkin picking day. This is kind of something that I've been looking forward to for ever since I planted them, I guess. Last year it was really kind of like a drought, so we didn't have really the pumpkin harvest that I would have liked. They were very small. We had a lot of them. I forget what they're called, but they're like a bug that kind of eats the melons or pumpkins. I don't know, but they were terrible and they pretty much all rotted. So wait till you guys see this. Love this trail. It's so nice to just drive through or ride through, and especially the smell of fall. You got a lot of changing on that tree. I love this time of year. I don't like the cold coming. I love the warm in the summer, but I do have a special place for fall. So this is really, it just makes me happy because I really didn't expect this to do this well, and it did very well. So this is the best patch that we have. I mean, some of these are humongous, but just looking out through there, look at all that orange. I mean, there's tons of pumpkins in here. This is our best patch for sure. And then where the old wheat field was, these didn't do as great, and I don't know, I'm kind of contributing that it's closer to the woods. It didn't get as much sun. But even so, we still have a lot of pumpkins out through here. I kind of refer to these as like kids or children's sized pumpkins, because the majority of them aren't really any bigger than that for the most part. So this will give a good variety in sizes as well. And then over here on this side is where we have the pie pumpkins, or your baking pumpkins. Now these have a little bit of ways to go yet. They're obviously all still green, but even so, these are getting close as well. And I just happened to see, these are the bugs that I was talking about. So they will kind of eat and munch on the pumpkins and kind of ruin them. So it is getting colder, so they may actually not be a problem. I don't really see them on any other pumpkins in here. But as you can see, we do have a lot of these ones in here too. A lot of dark green. We just have some very nice and uniform pumpkins in here. Really nice sized. Again, I just couldn't be happier with how it turned out. It was just a really good growing season this year. Now, even our potato harvest did really well. If you missed that video, be sure to go back and check it out. The only thing that really didn't do good for us was basically our corn, our sweet corn, which was kind of my fault. I missed the window to harvest. And then the field corn down there, which is basically looks, and same thing over here, but basically looks like a foxtail field. So that was basically the only thing that really didn't do well. Otherwise, I can't complain at all. The garden did really well. Everything did good. Now the majority of these we are probably going to be putting on the produce stand or at the produce stand to sell, and we're going to kind of categorize them by size. So like the bigger ones, smaller ones, and then all the ones down on the other side there basically are going to be, you know, categorized for size based, and then we're going to, you know, base the price upon that. So a lot of these do still have some green on them, but there are a lot that are ready. So we'll kind of go through this entire patch and just kind of figure out, you know, which ones we need to let on the vine. A lot of them I think are really close, but like some of them, for instance, like this one has some green and stuff on it yet. Also, the clover that we planted earlier this year, this kind of grew up for the most part really nice. You can see it all in there, and you can actually see the deer have been munching it a lot. All the tops are ate off everywhere, so they've been in here pretty heavily. Might have to put a tree stand right there. There are still a lot of pumpkins left in the field. A lot of them still have a little touch of green to them yet, so I picked what I could, but we got a decent amount as is anyway. Good old clusters whole way up through. So this field's done for right now, but it's going to be kind of at this point a daily thing. We'll have to come up here and check, and probably within a couple days from now we'll be able to harvest a whole bunch more of these. Some of them are actually really good size. Well, that's a pretty good load of pumpkins. And this is all what's left. Still a lot. And this isn't even that field yet. Second field, done. This is pretty much a full load. We have a little bit of room yet in the back here, but for the most part, I think we got what we could. Now the third field, if you guys watched that video where we planted these, there was a third one that we did pretty big area. That's where we started trying to use that PVC pipe to insert the seeds. So anyway, that was the field. That one really didn't do very well at all. So that might have a couple pumpkins in it, but nothing like these fields at all. Now we split that one half and half with baking pumpkins and regular, I call these carving pumpkins. So again, some in the bottom. I don't know if it was a soil problem or if it was too wet down there. I'm not sure. Anyway, we're gonna get these back to the farm, and then we have to make our signs and kind of separate them based upon size. My solution for the signs: scrap pieces of wood. I'll cut points like we did for the goat fence stakes, and then I'll take scrap pieces of our skid boards that we had from the produce stand, and we'll screw them right fast and paint on the price. There you have quick and easy sign. So I got 3 signs. I think I'm going to categorize it in 3 different, just small, medium, and large. So I got that. I got 3 skids sitting down here because you don't want to sit them right on the ground. They'll probably just rot, being moist, having the moisture of the ground all the time. So we'll separate that, put our signs in the front, stack them on there. These 2 are small. Well, that's pretty good for the most part. Small, medium, large-ish. So basically all I got to do now is put the stakes in. Well, I got the stakes in. I'm not a huge fan of that one being lower. I might change that because it kind of bothers me a little bit, but I like the height of the other 2 for sure. I think I have a longer piece of wood. I might switch that over and redo it. But anyway, that's basically where we're at. So we'll see how this first round does. And like I said before, we're gonna have a lot more coming in that are ripening as we speak. So we'll keep chugging along with that, and we'll see how this goes for the first sell, I guess. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Harvest season is soon coming to a close. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Definitely helps us out. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time.